I read everything. I was born Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey on 14th. I read the whole thing to the end. I was nervous, I was scared. There was only 50 people in the audience, and would you believe, when I got finished, all 50 of those people stood up and gave me a standing ovation. And some of them gave me their business cards and says, call us. I got some work for you. I was so amazed. I'm sure you all probably saw the picture, or you probably saw the news story about Aretha Franklin passing away. You probably saw her laying in the casket with the nice red dress on with her legs folded. Well, that was at the Charles Wright Museum in Detroit, Michigan. That was one of my first locations that I had the opportunity to perform Frederick Douglass. I don't know if you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Uncle Charlie who came out of the Gap Band. He came to Tampa one year. I had the opportunity to open for him. And believe me, Frederick Douglass has taken me to colleges, universities, churches, theaters throughout the eastern coastline. Your great president, notice I said your great president, last year during Black History Month on February the 1st, he said Frederick Douglass was alive and he was going to hire Frederick Douglass. My phone did not stop ringing that day. And because of that, I got the opportunity once again to travel throughout America as Frederick Douglass. Now, keep in mind, there are many other black men that portray Frederick Douglass. What's so unique about me portraying Frederick Douglass? I am the only black man that portrays Frederick Douglass, and I look like Frederick Douglass. That's a gift. People ask me, am I kin to Frederick Douglass? That gentleman right there sitting in the last aisle, he's on his phone. My lady back there, she's on her phone. Well, guess what? If it wasn't for phones and if it wasn't for those computers, when that question come at me and, are you kin to Frederick Douglass? I would definitely say yes. But since we got those cell phones, I tell the truth, ma'am. No, I am not kin to Frederick Douglass because I don't want nobody to go looking and say, oh, he lied. All right? So the truth is, I'm just gifted and I've been blessed to look like the man. Okay? So that's how I started Frederick Douglass. Any other questions? And just a little bit about myself. When Frederick Douglass was a child, I mentioned Baltimore, Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. I was born on November 28th, Thanksgiving morning. Frederick Douglass was a slave. I was not a slave. However, I went through 5 tumultuous, harsh foster homes. Anything you can imagine that a child would go through and anything negative that would happen to a child, that was me. Any type of an abuse you can imagine a child going through, that was me. I went through that. My dad came and got me when I was 12 years old. He took me to the South Bronx, and he continued the torment. As a matter of fact, I stand before you, even though he's passed, I stand before you with knife wounds on me that he put on me, etc., etc., etc. However, and I will tell you that in the South Bronx, I became a gangbanger. I became vice president of the 17th Division of the Black Spades. I dropped out of school. I did all that. But as I was telling this young lady here earlier, where we were communicating, December of this year, since this is 2019, December of this year will be December 2019. It'll be 30 years that December 1989, I decided that if I have to die, I didn't want to die nobody. I want to die somebody. And saying that, from 1989 to where we are now as a black man, I have a few firsts that I don't even brag about. It'll be found in my belongings after I'm gone. That I've done in Tampa, Baltimore, and a few other places. A first that I've done in becoming the first black to do it. But I don't brag about it. But it's just a mere fact. I'll say this and then I'll hush up. If you got a dream, and I'm not talking about Martin Luther King, But if you got a dream and you got a desire, I don't care how old you are, you're still pumping blood through your body. You get up with the quest and desire to go forth, and you manage and you live that dream no matter how hard or stressful or demeaning the situation may be. No matter how hard you may be around, if you will, the haters that are trying to stop you. You manage to mount up that horse and you ride forth into the sunset with your quest. Because the worst thing you want to happen is to get this kind of stuff here, this gray hair, and look back on your life and discover that you did nothing with it. There's a lot of people out there who are living to die. And we all want to die. But these people are living to die because they have not done anything with their life. They're upset, they're mad, they spend their life cursing you out, they're on drugs, alcohol, the whole nine, smoking cigarettes like a chimney because they're not living their purpose. I'll tell anybody, and I don't care what you think and what you say, like me or not, live your purpose. And when you die, you make sure you die on empty. Because I've already made up my mind. There is no earthquakes in Tampa, Florida. But when my death day comes, y'all gonna think it's an earthquake. Because me and death, we're gonna battle it out. He gonna win, but I'm going out like thunder and lightning. You see what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is, and like this young man here, that jacket, hold your jacket up. Man, he don't know. He don't know. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying it, but I'm gonna jack him when we get outside. Give me that jacket. Read what it says on the back.
It says, "Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time."
Don't stop me now. I hear people say I'm living the what life? The good life. My life is golden. All right? But yes, and understand in life some pain comes. We all shed tears. We lose people that are close to us and that brings tears. I've been there. I've done that. But don't allow that to lose you. Because you is all you got. Your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, it ain't about them, it's about you. And if you allow yourself to be taken in by negativity, if you get, some of you all are not old enough. How many of you all ever heard of Marlon Brando? Some of you all heard of him through The Godfather. But I'm going way back to the movie The Waterfront. As he stood on that waterfront, he said, I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. Be a contender in life. And don't let life defeat you. And if you will, take a walk. Take a walk to your future and meet you 10 years from now. And have a conversation with you 10 years from now. And listen to what you 10 years from now is going to tell you right now. It's going to ask you some questions. Did you or are you really prepared to meet me? That's you talking. Are you prepared to meet me? How many of you ever heard saw the Ghost of Christmas that took the person all around to see all the things that's going on? All right. How many of you ever seen the movie, the Christmas movie that come on every year? No.
About It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life. And what's the character's name?
Oh, dear.
George. Mr. Stewart, who plays the role. That's George. And he says, and George is on the bridge about to kill himself. And here this old stubby man comes and he asks him, what are you doing? He says, I'm going to kill myself because there's no use for me anymore. So he takes George and he travels all around and George walks up to him, hey Jim, Jim! And Jim doesn't answer him. And he says, they can't hear you. You're dead. And he said, just imagine all these people's lives that you touch. Now, they don't know anything about you because you're what? Dead. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, we are not dead. We are alive. Understand this man here, for example, a slave. It was easy for him to give up. But now, I just said there's coins in circulation. His book has been redone 1,000 times, and now schools here in 2019 are talking about inserting the curriculum on Frederick Douglass in schools. Now, he's long gone. He'll never see it. But because he decided to do what? Make an impact. make an impact. I work with a lot of young people. I travel to different schools and I speak to young people. Most of the people, I'll be honest with you, they black males, Hispanic males. And I have some of them that are big, tall, and some of them will look at me and they be like, man, you. I said, come on, Cletus, Hercules, come on, all right? And they say, that man crazy. But the moral of the story is, I let them know, if you kill me now, I tell them this. This may sound weird. I said, if you kill me now, you think Martin Luther King got a holiday? Well, if you kill me now, I'm going to be on TV, and not only that, you're going to get another day off from school. You know why? Because it's going to be the Donald Lee Dowridge holiday. So take your choice. And believe me, I can talk to them because I come out of the life. And my only quest, ma'am, my only quest in my last days and times is to make sure that somebody, sir, somebody is motivated to conquer their dreams. Somebody will go after their quest. Somebody will look in the mirror and say, I am of greatness. Somebody will understand that despite the pain that I go through, I am a queen. Despite the agony, I am a king. That's how you must think about yourself. And with that, if there's no more questions, because I'll keep you here till tomorrow morning. I salute you.
Thank you.
Is it possible we can take a group picture?
Brian, you got that? Or did you all want to get your pictures?
No more?
No more battery life.
Okay, can you take a picture of yourself? Or do we have mine?
Brian, is yours working?
We'd love to have you stay, but we do close at
Yeah.
9 o'clock, so.
Who's this handsome king here?
I was gonna say, do you want our unofficial photographer? We also see the veteran trying to do yeah,
Don't go. Y'all want to take a picture? Sir? Sir?
You and your little one want to get a picture with?
Yes. Where's your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring them all in. You're not tight. Sit over there. No. Right here. Right here. Sit right there. Okay. And you got your shoes on the wrong feet. Give me your feet. Okay, give me your other feet. And he got on shacks too. What you know about shacks? He got on shacks. Okay, give me this foot. Oh, you got a knot going here. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay. I got it. There we go. Okay, here we go. There you go. Put that feet in there. There we go. Come on. See if I can go. All right, that's all right. Let's do this so we can get you pictures. There you go. Give me that other foot. Let's do this real quick so we get this picture. There you go. Put your foot in. There we go. Shaquille O'Neal. You know how to play basketball? I'm going to come out of retirement and see what you can do. All right, let's just tie this up for the meantime. Okay? There you go. Tuck him in. There you go, kid. Good. All right.
So where you guys want to take pictures? Because he's got a good camera too.
Matter of fact, come here, son. You stand right here in front. You stand right there and let that stay right there, okay? Let's see. Come here, son. You stand right here. All right? Put that right in front of you.
And I'll bring it out for you guys. So you have to take it.
Big man. Let me see your picture.
Camera shot.
Okay, you stand right there. Okay. We can move over a little bit. Move over.
So all the boys
Okay,
that
right
want to get in
there.
the
Okay,
picture, you
come on,
guys go
everybody.
right ahead.
Come on. Don't be shy. Come on. I took a bath back in 1864.
Wait a minute, you said you had to wait till you guys were 15.
Come on, man. Come on, son?
If you need to check out library material,
You shy?
check for cards, something on computer, send it out, please do so now.
All right.
If you need assistance finding material, please come to one of our information desks. Thank you.
Okay, y'all ready? Look at the camera. Cheese.
Well, I like that pose back there.
Cool. Good.
Thank you.